Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our community yoga class. We do this every Monday, 6:45 p.m., and we usually have different themes that we work on. So for this week, I decided to do something that prioritizes your core muscles, this portion of your torso. So when you strengthen this part of your body, it allows you to find your center. And when you found where your center is, it allows you to balance a little bit better. It allows you to find that proper posture. It allows you to free up space for your back body, and it makes you function a little bit better. So it's very beneficial when you're working with core strengthening postures. But don't worry, this is a beginner-friendly class, but do expect some core work just so that we can tap into that abdominal wall strength just a little bit more efficiently for today. And aside from that, we will be doing a breath work that will tap into the strength of your abs a little bit more. Okay? So if you guys are ready, Nox is here with me. She's going to be assisting me in today's class. I will meet you in your easy seated pose, just crossing your legs in front of each other, sitting up nice and tall. Feel free to sit on top of a block or a pillow, anything that can elevate your seat and help you get more comfortable on your mat. Now, if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and close your eyes as you settle into the seated position. And before we begin our core strengthening sequence, let's connect with your breath. Take a couple of normal inhalations and exhalations, finding long, deep breaths in, and long, deep breaths out. Now let's take that breath deeper. The next time that you inhale, you let your chest and your belly expand. And then as you exhale, you let your belly pull in, you let your chest contract, and you empty out your nose. Go again, inhale, let your chest and your belly expand. And then exhale, let your belly and your chest pull in. Now do this a couple more times on your own. If it helps, visualize like a balloon that you are inflating and deflating as you find your breaths. Now let's begin to tap into your core strength. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, contract the belly. Now maintain some of that contraction in your belly as you take an inhale again. And then exhale, pull your belly a little bit tighter. Do a couple more rounds on your own. So a while ago, we were letting the belly and the chest expand and contract with each breath that we take. And this time around, we are containing some of that contraction in our belly, even as we take a big breath in. And this is actually how your core muscles are fired up. When you expand the abs, you inhale. And when you contract the belly, you exhale. You efficiently work the abdominal wall that will help you create that nice, strong core. Now do this 5 more times. Inhale. Exhale, contract the belly. Keep that contraction. Inhale. Exhale, contract the belly even more. Go again. Inhale. And exhale, feel that abs engage. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. One last. Breathing in. And breathing out. Now let's add some movements with our breaths. So let's meet in your tabletop position. Go ahead and come up onto your hands and your knees. Now once you are here, line up your hands under your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Cat and cow stretch. On an in-breath, drop your belly down, tilt your chin, tailbone to the sky. And then exhale, push away from the floor, round to your back. We go again. Inhale, drop your belly down, arch the spine, gazing up. And then exhale, push away from the floor, hollow out your belly. 3 more times, please. Inhale, arch the back. And then exhale, round the spine. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round the spine. One last. Inhale, arch the back. And exhale, round the spine. Now please sit on your heels. And if ever this doesn't feel good, you can come up onto a block or a pillow. We're just gonna do some wrist exercises. So go ahead and rotate your wrists one direction. And just go the other direction. Good. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Now get ready for a bear hold. So you're gonna flatten your hands once again. Flatten your palms and claw the mat with your finger pads. This time, curl your toes. And can you let your knees hover an inch away from the mat? Just an inch. Round your upper spine. And remember to draw your belly button in and up towards your back body. Hold for another 5. And 4, 3, 2, and slowly lower your knees down to the floor. Sit on your heels, and this time shake your hands. And just shake the other way. If you did this, do like you're fanning your ears. All right, so we're gonna do another bear hold. So go ahead and lower your hands down to the floor. Spread your fingers out wide and claw the mat. Okay? Curl your toes and let your knees hover an inch away from the floor. Round your upper spine. Squeeze your belly for 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly lower your knees down to the mat and come to sit on your heels. This time, spread fingers out wide and then clench into a fist. Okay? So we're going for one more round of your bear hold, but this time we'll transition to downward facing dog. So you're gonna flatten your hands to the floor, but adjust your hands a few inches forwards of your shoulders. So a little bit forwards of your shoulders. Push with your palms, curl with your toes, and begin to hover your knees half an inch from the mat. Hold for 5, belly tight. 4, 3, 2, look towards your feet, and then push your hips up and back into an inverted V position, maintaining that strength in your abdominal area. Pedal out your knees, bending one knee at a time, allowing yourselves to create more space on your legs and your back body. Now please keep the pedaling action going. You're gonna bring your feet all the way forwards of your mat, all the way forwards of your mat. Excuse me, equinox. And we're gonna come into a forward fold. You're gonna bow down to your legs, relax your shoulders and your neck. Now with control, slowly roll yourselves up bone by bone. And then as you inhale, go ahead and circle your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, gather your prayer hands towards your heart center. Now we're coming down into a chair pose. So go ahead and bend your knees and push your seat back. Hug your belly in towards your spine, away from your thighs. Now widen to your chest and lengthen to your back body as you begin to sweep your arms forwards and then up. Inhale here. As you exhale, make a fist with your hand and then come to stand and pull your elbows in towards your side ribs. We go again. Inhale, sit low into your chair, reach your arms up to the sky, and then as you exhale, pull yourselves up, come to stand, squeeze your abdominal area. We go again. Inhale, sit low, chair pose, maybe going a little bit lower, firing up your leg muscles. And then exhale, contract your belly as you pull your fists down towards your side ribs. 2 more times. Inhale, sit low, reach your arms up. Exhale, imagine like you're pulling yourself up with resistance. 1 last time. Inhale, sit your hips low, reach your arms up. And then exhale, make fists with your hands and pull yourself strongly at the top. Now watch out. On an in-breath, reach your arms all the way up to the sky. Get ready to balance, okay? So lean more weight to your left foot and begin to lift your right knee towards your belly, placing your hand either on top of the knee or around your shin. And already here, feel your stability. Root down onto your left foot, squeeze towards your abdominal area, and lengthen to your spine. Please take 1 more breath here. Inhale. And then as you exhale, let go of that foot. And then step that foot all the way back into a lunge, coming up onto your right tippy toes. Now hands onto your waist. And take a moment to tuck your tailbone down and feel your ribs knitting in towards each other. Really feel like a nice wrap around your waist. When you're ready, sweep your arms up to the sky. Palms face each other, shoulders relax. Now take a big breath in here. As you exhale, inclined lunge, lean your torso forwards and reach your arms back. We go again. Inhale, roll your torso upright and reach your arms up to the sky. So you want to keep that contraction in your belly. And then exhale, lean forwards, reach your arms back, maintaining that length on your spine. 1 last time. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And then exhale, lean forwards. But this time you have that extra option to take it into Warrior 3. Transfer more weight to your front leg and lift your back leg up until your torso and your leg is in one line. Keep hugging your belly tight for 5, 4, 3, 2, land your feet side by side. Chair pose once again. Inhale. Sit low as you can, reach your arms up. Exhale, make fists and pull them down towards your side ribs. We go again. Inhale, sit low into that imaginary chair. And then exhale, pull in with resistance. Squeeze your abs. We go again. Inhale, sit low into that chair pose. Arms come up to the sky. And then exhale, pull and squeeze. Again, inhale, chair pose, maybe going even lower. And then exhale, pull and squeeze. One last time, you guys. Inhale, sit low. And then exhale, pull and squeeze. Now please reach your arms up to the sky as you inhale and get ready to balance, okay? So lean more weight to your right foot so that you can lift your left knee towards your belly. Hands can be in front of your knee or around your shin. Find your point of focus. Root down onto that right big toe. Squeeze your abdominal area. Inhale here, please. And then as you exhale, we're stepping back into a lunge, coming up onto your left tippy toes. Okay? Hands onto your waist and manually maneuver your hips. So tuck your tailbone down and think of knitting your ribs in. Again, finding that nice wrap around your waist. When you're ready, reach your arms up to the sky. Take a big breath in your crescent lunge. And then as you exhale, incline your lunge, lean forwards and reach your arms down and back. Nice. We go again. Inhale. Reach your arms up. Energize to the sky. And then exhale. Lean your torso down and forwards, arms back. One more. Inhale. Reach your arms up to the sky. And then as you exhale, lean forwards. But this time you have that extra option. Maybe transfer weight forwards and lift your back leg up. And you find warrior 3 until your torso and your leg is in one line. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, land your feet side by side. Chair pose one last time. Sit low, inhale, arms up. Good. But this time, watch out, you guys. Now sit even lower. Sit even lower. Sit even lower until your sit bones touch down to the floor. And once you connect to the ground, begin to lift your feet away from the mat. And you are now in your boat pose. I want you to hug your belly in tight, lift to your chest, and we're gonna keep going down. And lean back, lean back, lean back, lean back, lean back. And then go ahead and touch down to the mat. Reach your arms overhead. Take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, right knee to your chest. Wrap your hands around your shin. Okay? So we're gonna fire up the abdominal wall even in this lying position. Please hover your left foot a few inches off the mat. And then lift your shoulders and your head off the floor. We'll be here for 5 counts. You have the option to extend arms forwards or place your hands behind your head. But I want you to feel that contraction on your belly for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then slowly lower down to the floor. Take a big breath in as you extend that right leg down. Reach your arms overhead. And then exhale, left knee this time comes in towards your belly. Wrap your hands around your shins as a starting point. And then from here, go ahead and lift that right leg up. Lift your shoulders, lift your head. Maybe extend your arms forward. Maybe have your hands behind your head. But you're gonna squeeze for 5. Breathe for 4, 3, 2, and then slowly lower down to the ground. Reach your arms overhead. Inhale. And exhale. Right knee comes in again towards your chest. All right. Before we begin, I'll give out the options already. You can keep your hands around your shin and then switch to the other side later on. Or again, you can have your arms reaching forwards or have your hands behind your head, especially if you have any strain on your neck or your shoulders. Okay? So go ahead and lift your shoulders, lift your head, and then lift your left leg away from the floor. 20 switches. Go ahead and switch legs 1, switch legs 2, switch legs 3, switch legs 4, switch legs 5, switch 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, breathe, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Lower everything down to the floor. Reach your arms overhead and take a big breath in here. Exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest and give yourselves a couple of gentle rocks. Side to side, massage your back body. All right, this time we're going to target your obliques or the sides of your abdominal area. So please flatten your hands down onto the floor, forming a T shape with your arms. Flatten your hands onto the ground, forming a T shape on the floor. Line up your knees on top of your hips like you're doing a tabletop shape with your legs. Now, on an in-breath, you're going to let your knees go down to the right, but don't let the legs touch the floor. And then as you exhale, squeeze your belly to lift your legs back up to the center. We go again. Inhale, lower your knees down to the left. Keep your right shoulder down to the floor. And then exhale, squeeze and lift to the center. We go again. Inhale, knees down to the right. Take your time, use your breath. And then exhale, squeeze your belly to lift back up. Inhale, knees come down. Squeeze back to the center. Last pair, inhale down to the right. And then exhale, lift back up to the center. Inhale, knees down to the left. And then lift back up to the center. Happy baby pose, please. Grab a hold of the outer blades of your feet or the big toes with your peace fingers and your thumbs. Open your knees nice and wide. Let the bottoms of your feet face up to the sky. And maybe rock yourself side to side. Into your chest. Either rock side to side and roll over until you can push yourselves up to seat, or maybe rock yourselves forwards and back until you gain momentum and come to sit on the mat. Alrighty, we'll meet in your tabletop pose. So please come back up onto your hands and your knees. And we're just gonna reset the spine with cat and cow. So inhale, arch the back and gaze up to the sky. Exhale, push away from the floor, round your spine. We go again. Inhale, arch the back, gazing up to the ceiling. And then exhale, push away from the floor. One last time. Inhale, arch the back, gazing up. And then exhale, round your spine. Okay? We're going to take a modified child's pose without adjusting your legs anymore. Just sit on your heels and then let your hands walk forwards. Already look at your hands and check that they are flat with your fingers spread out wide. Okay? So we're going to do some modified push-ups. On an in-breath, you're going to roll yourselves up into that wide table, otherwise known as your half plank. And then you're going to lift your feet up so you're pressing down on your knees. As you exhale, bend your elbows and dip your chest down. Inhale, press back up. Good. And then exhale, lean back into that modified child's pose. So you have a little bit of a recovery. Let's go one more with me. So inhale, ripple yourselves forwards into your half plank. I usually cross my ankles here as well. See how that feels. And then exhale, belly tight as you bend your elbows. And then inhale, press back up. And then exhale, lean back, uncross ankles so that you can take child's pose. Now please do about 3 more on your own. So notice, we're not going for quantity, we're going for quality. And sometimes I feel like when you're doing the slow repetitions, not only does it make the movements more effective, but you actually build more strength because you're utilizing the muscles efficiently. You're not relying on momentum, you're not compromising your form, you're not compromising your posture. Right about now, you're probably on the last one, so make it count. And then I will meet you seated on your heels. Again, you can use a block or a pillow, and you're just gonna do your wrist recovery, so whatever worked for you, maybe wrist rotations, unclench and clench, or shake, shake, shake. Alrighty, on an in breath, go ahead and circle your arms all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, let's make our way to downward facing dog. Hands down to the ground. Curl your toes and lift your hips up to the sky. Let's create a little bit of a flow. So on an in breath, lift your right leg up. Keep your belly tight so that you don't overarch the back. Exhale, right knee towards your chest, squeeze. And then quietly land your foot forwards in between your hands. On an in breath, you're gonna rise up. Take your time to reach your arms up to the sky, utilizing the strength, the stability that you have built. Exhale, lean forwards and reach your arms back. On an in breath, transfer weight forwards, lift the back leg up, maybe take it into warrior 3. Exhale, land your feet together side by side. Chair pose, inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, make fists and pull yourself strongly at the top. Just circle your arms up to the sky, you guys. Inhale, creating that fluid movement with your breath. Exhale, take that forward fold. Dive down towards your legs, reach down for the mat. On an in breath, please step back to your plank and lower your knees down into your half plank. Exhale, bend elbows, dip your chest down. Inhale, press yourselves back up. And then exhale, lean back into your child's pose. On an in breath, circle your arms up, come up onto your seat, reach your arms all the way up to the sky. And then exhale into your downward facing dog. Lower your hands down, curl your toes, lift the hips. So it's just poses we've done already, right? So inhale, left leg up. This is the only one that's new. Level pelvis, belly tight. And then exhale, squeeze your knee in, just like when you were doing your crunches, as you land your foot forwards in between your hands. Rise up with control. Inhale your arms up into your crescent lunge. Find that fluidity, that stability. Exhale, lean forwards and reach your arms back, inclined lunge. Inhale, transfer your weight forwards. Hover or lift up to warrior 3. Exhale, land your feet together side by side. Inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, reach your arms up. And then exhale, make fists and pull yourself strongly at the top. Inhale, just the arms circle to the sky. And then exhale into a forward fold. Dive down to your legs, reach down for the mat. Inhale, step back into plank, step back into plank. And then exhale, lower your knees down to the ground, half plank. Bend your elbows, dip your chest down. Inhale, press up. And then exhale, lean back to child's pose. One more pair, okay? Inhale, come to sit on your heels and just circle your arms up to the sky. Find breaths. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lower your hands down. Curl your toes and lift the hips. Inhale, right leg rises up to the sky. Exhale, land your foot forwards as quietly as you can. Rising up, inhale, use your abdominal muscles to transition smoothly at the top. And then exhale, inclined lunge. Lean forwards and reach your arms back. Inhale, transfer weight forwards. Hover or take it into warrior 3. Exhale, land your feet together, side by side. Chair pose, inhale, reach your arms up as you sit low. Exhale, make fists and pull yourself strongly at the top. Circle your arms up, inhale, energize to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, dive down, reach down for the mat. Plank pose on an in-breath, a moment for you to find your stability. Exhale, knees down to the ground. Bend your elbows into your half push-up. Inhale, press up. And then exhale, lean back to child's pose. One last time, you guys. Come onto your seat as you reach your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, take downward facing dog. Hands down to the floor. Curl your toes and lift your hips. Inhale your left leg up. Keep the belly tight. Don't overarch the spine. And then exhale, knee in. Land your feet forwards. Brace your core. Inhale. Reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, lean forwards and reach your arms back. Inhale, transfer weight forwards. Maybe hover or come into your warrior 3. Exhale, land your feet together, side by side. Inhale, chair pose. Reach your arms up as you bend your knees. Exhale, pull with resistance. Elbows clip to your sides. Inhale, just circle your arms up to the ceiling. And then exhale, take that forward fold, dive down to your legs. Inhale, step back into plank, almost done. Exhale, knees down, half plank, bend your elbows, half push-up. Inhale, press strongly back up. And then exhale, let's all settle into child's pose. Open your knees wide, walk your hands forwards, and melt chest, forehead down to the ground. Take a moment to slow your heart rate down. Find long, deep breaths in and long, deep breaths out. All right. We're making our way to our cool down poses. So please make your way down to a lying position. I will just cue you into the next set of postures. So please listen carefully, okay? So once you are lying down on the floor, just go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Lie down on the mat and hug your knees into your chest. Give yourselves a couple of gentle rocks. Side to side, massage your spine. All right, we're setting up for a bridge lift. So keep your knees bent. Just land your feet hips width apart. Keep your knees bent. Land your feet to the floor hips width. When you're ready, push with your feet and your arms. Lift your hips up to the sky. Good. Now you can keep your palms flat down onto the mat, or maybe roll your shoulders underneath you and interlace your fingers. Press with your arms and see if you can get more height with your hips. Should feel really good for your abs. It worked really hard for today. So this should feel like a nice expansion for you to reconnect with your breaths. Now inhale here, please. And then as you exhale, unclasp your hands and lower your bum back down to the mat. Good. Right knee comes in towards your chest. And you're lowering your left leg straight down to the floor. Left leg straight down to the mat. Spinal twist. Guide that knee down to the left. So you let your leg cross over your body. You let it cross over to the left. You got it. And then once you arrive, reach your right arm out and look over your right shoulder. You got it, Kay. And yeah, for Danny and Elaine, you can bend your elbows like you're in cactus so that you can root down a little bit more with that shoulder. Allow your body to feel heavy in this pose. Releasing any tension that might have built up in our abs and in our back. Ideally none, but sometimes when we're still building up the core strength, other muscles kind of want to shine. So this should be a nice recovery. Slowly come back to the center. And we're going to switch legs. So this time, left knee comes in towards your chest. Right leg extends down. And same thing, you're going to let that knee cross over to the right. Let it cross over to the right. Open your left arm out and look over your left shoulder. And start to let your body kind of surrender into this pose. If you're still holding on to muscle engagement, as you settle into that twist, just find a sense of willingness to let them go. Feel the joints heavy. Feel the body relax. And allow your mind to quiet down. Whatever is running through your head, if there were any expectations or apprehensions when we started the class, try to set them free, knowing that for today, you've done enough poses to fire up and create that core strength. Take a big breath in here. And then as you exhale, please roll back into the center. Bend both knees to your chest, both knees to your chest. Hug really tight. Maybe press your forehead against your knees. Maybe squeeze your fingers, squeeze through your toes. Make the funniest face that you can make with your face. In a bit, I'll be asking you to hold your breath, and then after which we're gonna release into Shavasana, okay? So take a big breath in here as you squeeze tighter. Hold that breath. And then exhale, release everything down to the mat. Release your arms, release your legs, and let yourselves arrive in a state of recovery. Whatever energy that you might have spent throughout the whole class, throughout the strengthening poses that we did, allow yourselves now to recover that energy. And you do this by allowing your breath to freely flow throughout your open system. Visualize that breath running from the tips of your toes all the way towards the whole length of your leg, spreading out towards your torso and reaching out towards your arms. Let that breath transcend up towards your face, towards your head. And you let that breath seep into other body parts, parts that we might need a little bit more attention given to. Give yourself full permission to rest and relax. Rest and relax. Rest and relax. Feel free to stay longer in your Shavasana. But if you are ending your practice with us for tonight, go ahead and wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, roll your wrists, roll your ankles, and gently move your head from side to side. Take a morning stretch. Reach your arms overhead and zipper your thighs together. Take a big breath in here. And then as you exhale, fetal pose. Bend your knees to your chest. Roll over towards your right side body, using your right arm as a pillow. At your own pace, at your own time, please press yourselves up to a seated pose. And as you arrive there, I invite you to have one hand to your chest and the other hand to your belly. And just take a moment to recognize this wonderful connection that we were able to create with your breath and your abdominal strength. Now for this strength that we have found, we gather our prayer hands towards our heart center and we bow down in gratitude. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Namaste. Thank you, guys.